Hey y'all, it's Rick here. So I'm gonna weigh in a little bit on this controversy with kneeling at NFL football games during the national anthem or staying in your locker room to protest the injustices in this country or oppression, whatever you want to call it. Today I wore this hat because it represents me as a U.S. Marine. I wore this shirt. I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. Uh, I'm a lifelong NFL football fan. I'm speaking on this subject and its relevance to my vlog because I believe that we have a responsibility as fathers to teach our children history and respect. So for me, let's first start with protesting. Protesting is as American as it gets. It's one of the things that built this country. The American Revolution was a protest. The Boston Tea Party, everything about the American Revolutionary War was a protest. I support protesting. Protesting is great. It's what makes America great. There's a difference between trying to unite for a cause and dividing. That is the difference. And I'm going to explain that to you now. One, I'm also a police officer. There's estimates are between 700 and 800,000 law enforcement officers in this country. Are there a few bad apples in there? Yes. Are we institutionally racist? No. Since Rodney King, our profession has undergone major changes in the way that we hire and operate. It is very difficult to become a police officer in this country. One, you have to undergo a pretty extensive background check. And they look into everything. They talk to your neighbors. I had a guy come out and pop the trunk of my car just so he could see if it was clean or not, to see what kind of character I had. We undergo a polygraph, lie detector for those of you that don't know what a polygraph is. We undergo psychological evaluations. We undergo personality tests. We go through several interviews, all this to eliminate any potential bad apples. Some of them still fall through the cracks. From the time that you put your application in to the time that you actually become a police officer is like a year. It takes a while. And we put you through an academy. I went through a 5.5 month academy. Yeah, 5.5 months. And the reason why it went that long is because they're trying to eliminate people that don't deserve to be police officers. So let me explain to you why there's so much controversy with the kneeling during the national anthem. And then everybody says, what's the big deal? It's a peaceful protest. Okay? So, sure. They're not out there throwing rocks at people or bottles or yelling nasty epithets at people or doing anything like that, like Antifa. But what they are doing is something that is far more injurious to our country, which is being divisive over a symbol that all Americans should be behind and in a game that most Americans love. And as a Marine Corps vet and as a police officer, I put my butt on the line so that you have the right to protest. The irony of the protest is this, that we're in this country right now talking about the controversy of DACA, dreamers. We call them dreamers. Why do we call them dreamers? So on one side, the left, or whatever, some people want to call it that these people have a dream to come to the greatest country on earth and have opportunity and flee oppression. And that's what we're talking about with refugees from Syria and from other places, is that they're coming here to escape oppression. So the irony here is that the same group of people that are saying that are the same group of people that are saying we have so much oppression in this country that we're just trying to bring light to the fact that how oppressed we are. Yet millions of people are starting to come here, and we're fighting for their right to be here. And yes, protesting is part of what makes America great. But it's the mechanism, it is the forum that you choose that makes it effective or not. Is when Martin Luther King Jr. decided to lock arm in arm and march in the streets of Selma, Alabama, he wasn't protesting the flag. He wasn't protesting the national anthem. He didn't do anything to create a divisive nature because he knew that would hurt their cause. He wanted peaceful protest. He wanted to show people. He wanted to bring light. He wanted to bring attention to the cause. But he did not want to do anything to hurt that cause. And so when the NFL talks out of both sides of their mouth and allows Colin Kaepernick to wear socks with a pig dressed as a police officer during an NFL game and not do anything to him, saying that's his right to free speech. But when the Dallas Cowboys decide to wear a sticker this big on the back of their helmets that says arm in arm to support police because they had 5 police officers slain in Dallas protecting a Black Lives Matter rally, the NFL said no. Then that's free speech, but the NFL says we can't do anything about free speech, so they can kneel. Sure, the Cowboys wanted to exercise their free speech as well, and the NFL said no. That's the problem. Is the NFL and their commissioner, who is a jackass, wants to talk out of both sides of his mouth. Let me tell you why the flag is so important. There are men and women right now in a casket draped in that flag being flown here from some foreign country, fighting for your right to protest, fighting for your right to have freedom of religion, fighting for your right to not be oppressed and to live in the greatest country on earth. And they're trying to bring that freedom to other people around the world. So when you kneel on that sacrifice, that's what is the controversy. It is not peaceful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful to the families that sent their sons and daughters to pay the ultimate sacrifice for your ingrateful ass to kneel during our national anthem and on the flag. You can say all you want that you're not disrespecting our military. Fine, maybe you're not in your tent to disrespect our military when you do that, but you do. What you're really doing is you're protesting police officers like myself who go out there every single day and make you safe and put our butts on the line and die every single day trying to protect you. When the bullets are flying and there's a school shooting or there is a mass shooter at a Walmart or a church or whatever, you know who's running towards the sound of that gunfire? Police officers are. We don't care what color the people are that are getting shot at. We don't care what color or nationality the person is that's doing the shooting. We're coming because we are here to protect. So this idea that there's police brutality in this country is a false narrative. There's no institution that says that we wake up every single day excited to go out there and get in a fight with somebody. That is not what we do. It's a false narrative. Are there bad apples? Of course. Is there a jackass out there that's a police officer right now, has no business being a police officer, that has every business being in prison? Yeah, there are. They slip through the cracks, unfortunately. And we do everything that we can to weed them out as quickly as possible. So you can protest us. I don't mind that. I'll still go out there and do my job. I'll still wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning for my 12-hour tour. I'll still go out there, put my uniform on, put my ballistic vest on, go out there and hop in my car knowing that the last call, the next time I do a traffic stop, could be the very last breath I ever take in my life. I'll go do that for you, even though you protest me, because that's what I signed up to do, and that's what I care about. And that's what the vast, overwhelmingly vast majority of police officers do in this country. So you want to protest us, fine. But let's find out what kind of venue is appropriate. When I turn my TV on, I don't want to see it when I'm trying to watch a football game that's supposed to be uniting people and bringing us together in a spirit of competition. It's not during the flag national anthem, because what you're doing there is you're intentionally picking, and that's what Colin Kaepernick said he did when he first started it. Okay, he intentionally picked the flag to kneel during it. Actually, he sat first. Some teammates told him that it's better to probably kneel. But the venue is wrong. Protest. If you feel like you're oppressed, protest. If you feel like you're being disenfranchised, protest. Do it. Because that's what makes America great. America was built on protest. I love it. But don't piss on the sacrifice of those people that gave you the freedom to do that. The irony is ridiculous. The hypocrisy is ridiculous. You are using your freedom of speech that was paid for in blood to piss on the very symbol of that freedom. People here, refugees from Syria, dreamers, are wanting to be here because it's the greatest country on earth, yet you piss on the symbol that they're flocking to. That is the situation that's creating the controversy. Men, fathers out there, what I'm asking you to do is teach your children that there is a reason why we pay so much respect to our flag. It is paid for in blood and sacrifice. Don't disrespect the flag. And you can say all you want by kneeling during it is not being disrespectful, it's just a silent protest, but protesting during the national anthem and protesting when those colors go up is disrespectful. If you can't see that, you are a freaking moron and you're selfish, and you yourself, sir, are a racist. Anyways, I'm signing off.